Is there a different feel to practices with like Gary Patterson in there, like how you guys run things on the defensive side with him out there?
Yes, there is. Coach is intense. He's always coaching. He's very active at practice. Involved with a lot of the position groups. He does a really good job, I think, of explaining to the group, you know, what we're doing, why we're doing, and bringing the whole group on the same page. And I think that's what really great coordinators do. And he's done you see him. I mean, he's with the D line, and he's with the linebackers, and he's with safeties, and he's with the corners. I mean, he's kind of just all over, and you feel his presence. I think defensively, we feel his presence on the field. I think for our guys having the ability to tie in all that we're doing, so that more players on the field have an overall understanding of not just their job, but why they do what they do, why we adjust, where their other players are at. I think that's one of the things that makes him really good at his job.
Does structure change at all? Just like maybe different periods or things?
There's a few things that that he wanted to emphasize defensively that we've implemented. I don't know to the untrained eye if somebody would come out here and say it feels like a totally different practice. I mean, there's a lot of the periods that are the same, but we've certainly changed a couple of drills, both in special teams and in defense that have affected the practice structure, and so far, feel like they've been very positive.
What does the day before pro day feel like?
It's always a kind of a little bit of a weird feeling because the guys are out the door and then they kind of start coming back in, and a lot of these guys you've been used to them being here for multiple years. I think there's always kind of some a little bittersweet, I guess, that way. And then tomorrow, I mean, there's a little bit of nerves because for the first time in a long time, we're not involved with them in it. They've got to go out there and do it. And so, but these guys have been training hard. They've been trained well. We're gonna have a great group tomorrow. We're gonna be represented by every NFL team. Have a lot of execs, coaches, all of that here tomorrow, which is a great testament to our program and the guys that will participate.
Speaking of professionals, you had Carson Palmer out here,
Yep.
Lenny Vandermeer, CF state champ coaching staff. Did they get to impart any of their words? They're winners. They know what it looks like. Did they get to talk to the team?
No, they are. No, you're right. I mean, obviously, guys that have done a great job in coaching, guys that obviously have a phenomenal history here, and it's been fun, building those relationships. Not and everybody kind of thinks about recruiting first, but to me, I think more first of just former Trojans, right, and some of the greats here, and so seeing those guys go out and have success, or seeing our other former players go out and have success in all different walks of life, it's always cool to welcome them back. Get them around our guys. Obviously, they've got a couple of players here that they were excited to see, and so it was good to be around those guys, to talk shop with them. Always helpful when you got really good people that come out to practice.
With having so many true freshmen early enrollees, a lot of these are guys who should still be in high school. What's the process been like of getting them acclimated to college football for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I think this group is handling it pretty well. A lot of these guys did a nice job through the recruiting process of trying to be up here a lot, and so I think it's helped the acclimatization of those guys. I think our older players, our returners, have helped, and they've come out here and they've competed hard in the beginning. So a lot of guys I think will help this football team and help this football team quickly.
How much adversity have you had a chance to throw at the guys, and how have they responded to it so far?
We've been able through the first six to throw quite a bit, which, I mean, listen, the best part of adversity you can throw is put another good player in front of them. I mean, reality, it's competition, right, at the end of the day. And so, we're having, because of the depth and the talent and even the, younger part of the roster, being a little bit further along than it's been in the past, I think we're feeling that. There is a lot of depth, there is a lot of talent out here, there's a lot of competition. With that creates different opportunities for us as coaches to structure the practices to create some of that adversity as well, especially when you've got the number of people practicing that we do right now. I mean, we've just been able to do a little bit more. We've been able to push them a little bit further, and I think that's going to pay dividends for us down the line.
Kai was such an elite return man for you guys last season. What are you looking for in the guy who's going to have that job next?
Yeah, no, he did a great job, in the punt return game for us. It was really effective in the kickoff return game the year before. So, obviously we're going to have a few changes there on special teams. We've got a lot of new skill guys that we're trying to sift through in terms of who those returners are going to be. We've got a lot of guys that we're excited about what they do when the ball's in their hand, but what Mackay and some of the other great returners that we've had have done is they also build that trust on their decision making, on their ball security. There's so much to these returns, especially punt return. So we're going to train a handful of guys, get an idea of, number one, person that we trust the most, and then number 2, the person that can get out there and make some explosive plays. So the talent's here on this roster, but that'll be one of the biggest areas that we've got to really kind of narrow down who exactly it's going to be.
How called ready is Jonas Williams? What traits does he kind of possess to kind of plug him in right now if need be?
Well, we don't got to plug him in right now, but he's
Hypothetically.
yeah. I mean, he's doing some good things. I mean, he's a smart kid. He has the ability to take what we show him in the meeting room, and he can translate it to the field pretty quickly, which is may sound easy, but it's not real easy to do at the speed that this is moving. And then you see, I mean, his skill set's on display. I mean, he's making some mistakes, but he makes a couple of big plays every day. He's got arm talent. His elusiveness, I think, is going to be very helpful to him and to this team in the future. So, yeah, he's done a good job through 6 days. A lot to clean up, but a lot to like as well.
What have you seen from the young centers?
I like the young centers. I do. I think, Willie Washer, I think, is one in the program that has improved a ton. He was one of those guys that, we've talked about it in years past, that got a lot of reps throughout the bowl practice. Really kind of started to catch our eye even more there, and has physically gotten better. He's a really smart kid that we trust quite a bit right now. So I think he's a guy that's really surging. Cannon Smith, the true freshman who we're playing in there at center, has been really impressive. I mean, to handle all that we do offensively, be able to get in there and take a lot of effective reps. We've been extremely impressed with the way Cannon has taken to it. So those guys have been, taking the majority of the young center reps, and I would say we're in pretty good hands there.
Let's do one more. What do the practices at the Coliseum bring out in the guys? And do you strategically plan, like when you're going to go to the Coliseum? Like what's that planning process?
Yeah, we do. We do. So before the entire spring practice lays out, we get obviously, days it's available / makes sense for us, because obviously it's not a long commute, but, time is important. Obviously, when we're going in the morning, these guys got classes in the afternoon. So we look at the days that we can do it, make sure it's days that they can host us. And then I think, we certainly cater the practices a little bit differently. One, you're just working with one field. 2, obviously you're getting to work with kind of game clocks, sound system, kind of all of that. So we try to get some of the scrimmaging and some of the more live periods done in there. And then, I think there's part of it of, taking pride in where you play, and creating that sense of pride within every single player in this program. That when we walk in the Coliseum, whether it's a practice, whether it's a game, that we can walk in there with the right mentality. We were able to win every single game in that place last year. That's really important to us. To be a great team, you have to take care of home. And to take care of home, you better have a pride about when you walk in your own stadium, the way that you're going to prepare and play. And so that's something that we try to instill in these guys from day one.